Good morning. It's day 3 in New York City. Today we're spending most of our time at the Met, the art museum, but first there's always breakfast.
I am made to be free.
Stacy, quit breaking the law.
So we have made it into the Met, but just for those...
I thought this museum was just like old paintings, like the National Gallery in Ottawa.
No.
And it's just like, oh, here's a painting of some grapes. No, yo, this is gonna be dope.
Yeah, but if you are unaware, the Met is massive, so you literally can't see everything in a day. So maybe pick and choose what areas you want to go into, and don't read every single thing or else you'll be here forever. Harry Potter. Did you see Voldemort?
It's an alien. And people say there wasn't aliens. How do you explain the lamppost?
It's a king.
Offering beer and milk
Yeah.
to the goddess Hathor, the sun god Ra.
Okay. And there's a duck.
A boomerang and crib. I rest my case. Definitely aliens. And a ping pong paddle. Come on. We're in the Egyptian area. This museum's like really cool. I'm like loving this place. You see mummies and all this I don't think I've ever seen hieroglyphs in my life. And they're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. Yo, you gotta come to the Met. Yo, okay, these absolute fucking dicks. Thanks, D. Cologne, 1821, carving your name in it. These other jokers. Lol DeBrant, 1891 of New York, U.S.
Oh my god.
Don't look at the camera. It's a good game, and don't look at the camera.
So we just finished the first floor of the Met. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's 2:30.
And now we're hitting the second floor.
Oh, we got the gift shop. So we were trying to get to the next spot that we were going to. And this place is overwhelming. It never ends. We go from like a Monet room to a Cézanne room to a Van Gogh room. And we're trying to get through so we can get to the place we want to get to. But it like never ends.
Something I've really enjoyed while being here is how they've made the rooms quite immersive. Is that it feels like you're going through old mansions or a Chinese garden or all those types of things that make it kind of more interesting instead of constantly going through rooms of paintings and paintings and paintings just lined up in a row kind of thing. So that's been really nice.
Okay, so we are in the like the American Hall of the Met, and we finished it.
Done.
They said it couldn't be done, but we did it. We've been here for 6 hours, 6.5 hours without a break. We were originally gonna stop for lunch, but we did not.
Nobody's got time for that.
Nobody's got time for that.
But I am happy we went through every area, because we would always enter an area that we're like, oh, let's do this really quick, and then we would come across things that were like, oh my gosh, I recognize this. This is famous. Blah blah. Blah. So it was,
Yeah, like I like literally didn't care at all about American art, except I forgot about Washington crossing the Delaware.
yeah.
And then you see it and you're like, oh yeah. Or in
All the
there was
Van
a painting sections, right? We're like, oh okay, whatever. And then you go in and there's like a Monet,
Gogh,
Van
Cézanne.
Gogh, and Cézanne, right? And then you're like, oh damn, I know this one, and this one, and this one. But yeah, the Met was actually really cool. It was really good, and I didn't really know what I was getting into at first.
But we did it.
But it was very enjoyable. Yeah,
Hey, I'm hungry.
Yeah, that's it. I'm
Let's
dying.
get
My
lunch.
legs are dying. And so now we're gonna go get some food, and then we're headed up to the top of the Rockefeller, so we can see New York. We've made our way to where we're having dinner, but if you want to see what it is,
Check out.
you gotta watch the other stuff. Oh boy, wasn't that dinner something? You gotta watch the other one to find out what it was. But anyway, so we are on to almost our final activity of the day. We are gonna head up to what's called Top of the Rock. It's at the top of Rockefeller Center, which I think is that building there. I think that's the Rockefeller Center. So we're headed up to the top of that, where we're gonna watch sunset, and I'm gonna sit and do nothing for an hour and a half, and it's gonna be perfect.
So we're still at the top of the rock, enjoying the amazing views. There's the Empire State Building, and Tristan's tired, so we're going back to the hotel and pushing Times Square to tomorrow.
Oh, it stinks there. I turned on the recording just in time to get a nice New York garbage stink. Okay, so it's the morning of day 4 in New York, and on today's plan is first breakfast, like always, probably bagels. Next is the Natural History Museum, and that's on the other side of the park from where the Met was. And then afterwards, we're gonna go around and we're gonna see all the tourist sites that we couldn't see, and go to Times Square at night, and
Maybe do some souvenir shopping.
souvenir shopping. In the like the human section, human evolution section, and a lot of people think museums and stuff are like primarily focused for kids. I'm like a huge nerd for this stuff, like probably more than is reasonable, and I've learned a couple of things, which has been really enjoyable, and I've been really quite pleased with this section here. And one of the things that's adorable is how kids react to these sections is pretty funny.
They didn't have any clothes.
So as you're looking around, you'll see all the different different forests, different biomes, different areas and everything. This is the Olympic rainforest, and they've really kept up to date because they've even just blocked off the ones that we've just destroyed and turned into Walmart parking lots. So they just got rid of those, and they keep the museum very up to date. The museum closes at 5:30.
All right, you been?
It's 2 o'clock now, and we're still not done the first floor. And now I've lost Stacy. Oh, there she is. So we gotta speed this up because we are falling behind. Out of a silken darkness, born the dream of Beckenham.
So we just left the Natural History Museum. The museums in New York are so big. We didn't think we would take so long, but there was a lot of anthropology stuff that took longer to look at than just like animal dioramas and stuff. But it was really nice. The dioramas were really good shape and lots to see, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was good.
The new taxidermy, it was so much better than the old taxidermy.
Yeah, it was kind of neat seeing what parts of the museum were older than other parts.
Well,
We
so
once again skipped lunch.
we skipped lunch, so the next thing on our plan now, leaving the American Natural History Museum, is dinner. Okay, so we've gotten to our dinner location. But again, in classic form, if you want to know what dinner is, you got to watch all the content, or rather how dinner is, because we are here. Okay, dinner's done, and we are headed back to how was dinner, Stace? Nope, you got to watch the other videos to know. So we're headed back now to the train station. We're going to go back. We're going to shut down the room for a little bit. We literally bought a rock at the museum that we've been carrying around now, and my feet are killing me, so we're going to go back, rest, and then we're headed down to Times Square.
Last day in New York, another muggy day. We don't have too much planned for today because we do have to head to the airport just like early afternoon. But our plan today is to go to Central Park, have a nice bike ride, and then grab some lunch after. That's pretty much it. Yeah, more relaxed day than the other days. So we'll see you once we get to the park. So we're just taking a break from our bike ride. Tristan's getting a smoothie. It's unfortunately like really hot today, really muggy, so we're really sweaty. We're hoping that maybe at the hotel we'll be able to shower before heading to the airport. But anywho, biking around Central Park has been really nice. I would say make sure you like kind of mark the spots or stops you want to make, because there's not necessarily that much signage, so just keep track of where you are on the map. Oh, I just saw a big rat. That's nice. We took the route that goes up the right side of the park and then cuts across on the north end of the big lake and then came back down the other end. And by the time we get back, that's about a 2-hour bike ride with lots of stops to enjoy all the sights and take lots of pictures and all that kind of stuff. So it's been really nice. Unfortunately, it's just hot, but I highly recommend doing this. You could totally do it just by walking too, but bike riding kind of gives you your feet a little bit of a break. his friend's coming too. It is our last stop in New York City before we head to the airport. And we are at the Flatiron Building. Unfortunately, it's covered in some scaffolding, but that's okay. It's still an iconic building.
As we are on our way out of New York, one thing that I'm not gonna miss are these like ungodly hot metro stations. It's nuts. Okay, we are in LaGuardia Airport right now. It looks like we might have a bit of a long night ahead of us. So we will check back in when we're home. We're back in Vancouver now. It's been a little while, our apologies. We're editing and we just realized we didn't have an outro. So our trip to New York was good. It was great. New York was fine, it was good. 5 days, it was a whirlwind trip. But it was the first time both of us had ever been there. So it was good. This year we only have one trip planned, which you'll find out what that is later when it happens. But then 2024, don't go unsubbing yet. 2024 will be the next big one.